Hello there, welcome back. Today I'm doing What the Hell Is This? It's about Vampire Academy, which sounds like a title it should be on What the Hell Is This, but it also sounds like it should be a title for a very low budget Charles Band movie, or, one of those schlocky rip-offs you get from the Transmorphers, or, Atlantic Rim, that kind of thing. It feels like it should be one of those kind of films, but it's not. It's a YA series that's turned into a film by the Weinsteins, who thought they could cash in Harry Potter and all the YA novels like Hunger Games and Twilight. So they thought they'd do Vampire Academy because Twilight was so big. And they hired some good people. The cast is great. They've a good writer. The director, we'll get to. But they've talent. And it's like, and it kind of feels like what happened in Wachowski's with Jupiter Ascending, where it's like, they want you to do a kind of YA kind of story. We know you're talented, so let's see what you do with it. And it turns out it's not a particularly great mix. It's a good mix if you want some weird stuff, but it's not. It's the people involved are too weird to actually take it too seriously or take it at face value. They want to go further into what's going on, or they want to mock it a little bit, and it just becomes this other thing that's not entirely commercial. So this one, they had Daniel Waters. Daniel Waters did Heathers, wrote Heathers as a young man. He went on to write Hudson Hawk, which is one of the great cult films. He wrote Batman Returns, which is one of the best Batman films. He wrote Demolition Man. After that, he went on to direct a couple of films, Happy Campers and Sex and Death 101. Happy Campers is not good. Sex and Death 101 is underrated. I like it, but it is flawed and weird. But it's flawed and weird in a way that you can expect from this writer. So this was him, do a kind of commercial film, try and do something normal. And they put him with his brother, who was a director called Mark Waters, who's not particularly the best director. And I mean, most of the problems of this film comes from the direction. I've said it straight away. That's why this is What the Hell Is This? Because the direction is pretty dire. It makes you nostalgic for Rennie Harlin and The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, which Waters also wrote. Because the direction sinks this film so badly. So the whole idea of it is it's kind of like the Harry Potter world of a school of supernatural, but it's also for vampires, which makes it very Twilight. So it's kind of like a riff in that. And Daniel Waters takes the idea of, this is just because he'd written Heathers, they probably brought him in because he'd written Heathers, and he's like, this is basically a school film. They've different conventions because of vampires, but it's a school film. And he writes a script based on the kind of weird twists of the book. And you can sense when you're watching the film, the film's longer and it's been cut down. I have researched it and that actually happened. It was meant to be longer, and they cut stuff out, especially in the early part that would have made more sense of the film as it went on. And basically it means basically the first act of the film feels like it's compressed from what should be like 40 minutes into like 25 minutes. And that does not help. You feel there's massive bits missing. So this also produced What the Hell Is This? Because this is what Weinstein did a lot, which is rip the hell out of a film and for pacing, to pace it up, when fact is, by losing that stuff, it makes it feel longer because you don't understand the context of anything. But there's also the problem of the direction where it gets very conventional. But you can see in the film, it's like, it's a vampire school, and there's lots of cliched Harry Potter stuff. But the treating it as the Harry Potter stuff actually was about schools going from childhood to being a teenager. And this one is they're slightly older, and teenagers are dealing with sex lives and things as well. But it's vampires, and it's kind of like a look at that, just using vampires as a metaphor for school and all the traumas and people running away from home at the beginning and then coming back, and then there's conspiracies of basically people being bitchy to your lead characters because they're jealous or they're insecure. There's all these cliches of things that you can connect to real life that is also part of the plot. And you get feeling that there was something there that could have been shaped by a good director. Because Waters is a good writer, and there's a sense of there's some things in there is like, now you could rewrite that, that's not quite right. And it could be shaped into something cohesive. Or it was cohesive and it was shaped out of that by rewrites. I don't know, but it just feels like there was a core there that could have worked, but the execution is terrible. So much was obscured. So you have the producers messing it around, you have a director messing it up. So the script, which would never be a perfect script, by the way, it's still compromised by the idea that we're doing this kind of thing that's kind of rip-off idea, but doing it almost as a parody of things. But they don't allow it to be a full-on parody. Like, it didn't need to be like Naked Gun or something, but you could be more mocking of it. And they hire Zoe Deitch, who is an actress with a sense of humour, and you get a sense that she's Waters wrote a lot around her to be mocking of the conventions and everything else, but also playing a character is very flawed. And it's like, yeah, there's something there which says, yeah, the film is going to be slightly mocking of the source material to get to the kind of the weirder human stuff that we can all kind of connect to. So just to devalue the kind of vampire thing to make the kind of other stuff more relatable. But either the producer said, no, you don't want to do that, or the director messed around, or it wasn't quite there yet in the script and they needed some more drafts to kind of finesse it to get it right where it could actually breathe and actually work. So it's like a frustrating thing where the script's not there, but you can sense it. It could have been, and the right lead actress, so it could have worked somewhere, but somehow in production it's been messed around, or it hasn't been developed quite right yet. But there was something there, despite the rip-off nature of its existence, that could have been made to be a fun film. Because there's been, I mean, they did the Lego movie and made that work. So no matter what the subject matter, you can make it work if you put the right angle. The feeling this one is they had something, but they messed it all up. Because one of the big problems with the film is, apart from direction, is the other lead actress. There's two lead characters. One's a rich one, one's a poor girl. The poor girl's protecting the rich girl from these other vampires in school, just like she's the best friend of the important girl, that kind of thing. But the actress playing the important girl isn't that good. I don't know if it's the direction or she can't connect with the part. I haven't seen anything else, but this part doesn't work. And it's like, it's one of those things you're watching and going, why didn't you just change the actress? Why didn't you just, like, after a few days go, okay, this doesn't work, let's change the actress? Because she does not work in any way. And it just sucks the thing down, and you're like, why is this person being loyal to this other person? Because this other person's a nightmare. And you're getting no real sympathy for her plight, because she just seems kind of there, but the part doesn't really work. And it's a casting thing. But the other problem is the direction doesn't seem to be mocking all of these source films. The direction seems to be like, we're doing an example of it. So I don't know if this producer or the director himself, but the film just seems to just lay there, because the director is trying to ape Harry Potter as much as possible with the design, with the school. Now, there's been lots of films have done that kind of supernatural school thing. Recently, there's been a TV show Wednesday. There's been the Harry Potter stuff. It can work. This film, it doesn't work because it's almost like, I'll take the laziest way possible out of every production design. We've seen this a million times. Let's do it again. This room's meant to do this. Well, what have people done in the past? Well, let's just do that. And the shots are all bland. You know what the shot's going to be before it happens. There's the shots with how the actors move in the frame is always bland and uninspired, and it just sucks the life out of it every time. And there's lots of times where it's like that character should be reacting either quicker, or you should be cutting to them quicker to get a reaction that for what this drama needs, and it's just not happening. And so there's editing problems as well, and it's like it's just this weird film. It's like, was it like edited by the producers and everything got changed? Was that bad direction? Because it feels like the direction wasn't good. Like there's obviously a salvage job going on here. You just feel there's a salvage job going on. Like this, because I saw the directors, one of the directors' other films, which was Bad Santa 2, which was unwatchable. And it had the same problems of lack of focus of where the camera should be, lack of focus of how to direct the actors to make it effective scenes, and just the same thing where everything just had dragged on in a very kind of melange of disinterest. And you know, it just has that same feel as this one. So you do get a feeling as there was a promising idea, there was some talent in the scripting, but the direction was just bland, and there obviously was a salvage job going on here, because just nothing visual looks interesting. There's nothing there, and every place they go, it's not like what would the characters actually do here. It's like, no, what have I seen in another film that I can just do something similar with? And even like scenes where they're just trying to show atmosphere or show some action, it's just things happen. It's not like anything feels motivated, it's just things are happening. That's it. Just take it as it is type of thing. It's just like, this happened, I shot it. You mean you want to be place the camera in the right place as well? That's the whole film. Is this film gets absolutely hammered by the direction and the lead actress. Well, not Zoe Deutch, it's the other one who just doesn't work. And the whole film just feels cut to hell. Like, again, I don't know if there was stuff cut from the beginning because it was so bad that they were just like, just try and keep it, get us down to not a reasonable length, just dump it. Because it just feels like this weird mess of a film. But with talented people, there's lots of people like Gabriel Byrne in here. The whole cast, there's lots of people you'll notice, like, I've seen them in this, seen them in that. There's lots of people who you've seen in lots of stuff, all have talent, and they're just there, and they're either overacting or underacting, or Gabriel Byrne looks asleep. He just like looks like, just get me out of this bloody film. This is terrible. I'm a real actor, damn it. Which is funny because you see him in The Ballerina, and yeah, it's almost a paycheck film, but he seems to be enjoying himself. And this one, it's like, he just looks like he's just shoot me now type of thing. And a lot of the actors that feeling is like, this was a long shoot where people knew it wasn't working. It's just that feeling with some of the acting. So yeah, it's not one to see, this one to avoid. It's one of those films I got from iTunes, like, because of the talent involved. So like Daniel Waters as a writer. So I bought it ages ago, and now it's on my collection on iTunes, and it's like, well, I guess people might think I like this now if they see this on here. I don't, it's terrible. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a warning, don't watch Vampire Academy. I know you all wanted to. Right, bye.